Today, we will be looking at the interview process for a bank manager. According to the KSAOs developed through the job analysis, the job functions for this position include bank management, 65%. This includes setting quarterly goals, developing schedules, assigning projects to employees, reporting bank operations, and projecting progress to upper management. Supervision at 25% entails scheduling and tracking employee activity to ensure progress and providing feedback and performance appraisals. Lastly, customer service, 10%, involves personally handling important account holders. Now let's meet Ruben, the district manager who will be conducting the interviews. First up is candidate number 1, Krishi. He is an external candidate who discovered the job opening through a walk-in. His banking experience is limited to attempted robbery.
Mr. Herrera? Yes. You want a clock is here.
Oh, thank you. Send him in, please.
Clock is here.
Nice to meet you. Oh, okay. Please have a seat. So we have your resume here, and you've actually had some very extensive work. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, the first job I had was at McDonald's. I got the employee of the month, flipping burgers, man. Second job was at Walmart. That was pretty fun. But my favorite job was at Enron, man. I was making bank there. Pretty good.
Okay. So here's how the interview process is going to go. I'm going to ask you a couple questions just to kind of get a feel for how you're going to fit within this organization. So let's start off with very basic one. So say that you've been asked by upper management to ensure that personal bankers meet their monthly goals. Some of these bankers are new hires, while others have been with the company for years. How would you go about motivating the individual as well as their teams to achieve these goals?
Well, first, I talked to them, give a shout out that they weren't doing as good as they should be. And if they still weren't listening to me, I'd probably tell my boss about it, upper management, because it's really not my problem. It's their problem. They're the ones that should be handling their own motivation. But worst comes to worst, I'll just fire them.
Okay.
Next is Myrna. She is an internal candidate who, through employee development programs, has worked her way up the ranks of retail baking. Let's see how she does.
Take a seat.
Hi, Megan. Good to see you.
Thank you.
How would you go about motivating the individuals as well as their teams to achieve these goals?
Well, first of all, for new hires, I would program a certain onboarding system so that they feel comfortable with the system inside of our own branch. I think that's very important because mentors can help the mentee, make progress in the company itself. And after that, I would create an incentive program that by monthly we would have certain goals that they have to reach. And in order to see how the progress is going, I would have a certain appraisal program going too, so that I can evaluate how they're going throughout the whole month. And aside from that, I think feedback is very important. Every single candidate or banker has to have a certain idea of what's going on, and then they can just bring back all the feedback that they have towards me, and I can just appraise them through there.
Excellent.
Looking at our scoring key, Myrna's response would be rated as excellent, while Krishi's response would unfortunately be considered a poor one. Although our two candidates had different backgrounds, we asked the same behavioral question in the structured interview so that the individual would feel that there is a high procedural fairness within the organization. This also reduces the risks of negative spillover effect. Now let's see who he picks for the position.
Good to have you back. After we've reviewed all your application material, from what we've gathered, based on your work over the past couple of years, you've been a very outstanding employee, and because of that, we'd like to offer you a position here as a manager in this company.
Wow, thank you. I'm honored.
Hello, Mr. Potter. Unfortunately, we regret to inform you that you did not meet the qualifications to receive a job offer in this company.
Damn.